Good morning again, everyone, and welcome to A Voice to Teach English 5. We are now on our second day of discussing about verbs, and this morning we are going to continue talking about the next aspect of verb. But before doing that, let's have a review of what we have discussed last time. And that was about the simple aspect of the verb. Okay, so let's start reviewing about the simple present. So it is very easy to remember that the formula for the simple present, just add s or es to the verb for singular subjects except for I and you, and without s or es to the verb for plural subjects. For example, the boy plays basketball. We have a singular subject, boy, therefore the verb must be with s. And the next example is the boys play basketball. So this time we have a plural subject, the boys, so the verb must be without s. The boys play basketball. Alright, that is for simple present. Basta class, tandaan nyo lang, this requires subject-verb agreement. So always consider the subject, whether it's singular or plural, so that you can apply or write the appropriate verb for that. And also, never forget that when you say simple present tense, the action is happening right now, or the action happens regularly, or it can be a general truth. Okay? The next is the simple past tense. When you say simple past tense, the action was completed in the past. Okay? The formula for the simple past tense is add d or ed to the regular verbs, and for irregular verbs, it changed in spelling in the past tense. Okay? Example, mother cooked dinner for us yesterday. That is for regular verb. So I added ed to the verb cook. So it becomes cooked. Okay? For irregular verbs naman, example is she wrote a letter to her best friend last month. So our verb there is wrote, which is the past tense of the verb write. Okay? And last but not the least, for the simple aspect, we have the simple future tense, which is used to express an action or habitual action to take place in the future time. And also, I want you to consider the time expression that indicates that the action will happen in the future. And the formula is will or shall plus the base form of the verb. Example, I will paint my room tomorrow. So look at that. I will paint my room tomorrow. So, the action will take place in the future, which is tomorrow or bukas pa. So guys, those are the simple aspect. Okay. Now let's go to our main topic for this day, which is the progressive aspect of the verb. Alright. So class, when you say progressive aspect, the progressive aspect or continuing aspect as it's sometimes called is the aspect of the verb that expresses an ongoing action. So when you say ongoing action, nangyayari ngayon. Diba? Progressive aspect is the collective term for verbs in the past tense, present tense, or future tense in a progressive tense. Again, class, when you say progressive aspect, the action is ongoing. Kaya nga siya progressive. Okay, let's talk about the present progressive tense. When you say present progressive tense, it expresses ongoing actions. Okay, so when you say ongoing actions, as I've said, the action is happening now at the time of speaking. Nangyayari siya ngayon. Here are the examples. The students are taking the test now. And letter B, the teacher is preparing the lessons. Okay, so these two examples show present progressive. So remember, the formula for the present progressive is use the be verbs am, is, or are plus the verb plus the ing form of the verb. So, when are we going to use the be verb am and is? Am is used if the subject is I, and is used for singular subjects. And you are going to use are if the subject is plural. So, plus the verb and the ing form of the verb. Okay, I will repeat the examples. The students, this is our verb, are taking the test now. So, present progressive, are taking. Why did we use are? Because of the subject, the students, which is plural. Next one, the teacher is preparing the lesson. So, our verb is preparing. So, why did we use is? Because the subject, the teacher, is only singular. And one thing that you should always remember is for progressive, there is an ing at the end of the verb. May ing. Alright? That is for present progressive. The next one is the past progressive tense. When you say past progressive tense, it is an action in progress at some specific point of time in the past. Ibig sabihin, the action was happening, but it was happening at a specific point of time in the past. And so another thing to look upon here is the time expression. That the action was happening. Okay, nangyayari siya at some point of time in the past. Here are the two examples for you to clearly understand what I am saying. Sentence number 1. Timmy was walking to the office at 7 this morning. Our past progressive verb is was walking. So, kailan daw nangyayari yung kilos? Yung naglalakad siya. Kailan nangyayari? Okay, kaninang umaga. Kaninang alas 7 ng umaga. Alright? Another example. I was preparing for the church at 6 o'clock yesterday. I was preparing for the church at 6 o'clock yesterday. Kailan daw nangyayari na naghahanda siya o naghahanda ako para magsimba? Okay, kahapon ng alas 6. Naintindihan nyo, class? Okay, very good. Another condition for the past progressive is a past action simultaneous with another event. So, isang pangyayaring tapos na kasabay ng isa pang pangyayari or event. Okay, here is the example. They were preparing for the party when the visitors came. I will repeat. They were preparing for the party when the visitors came. What is that past action? They were preparing for the party. And what is that another event or simultaneous event? When the visitors came. So, dalawa yung nangyari doon, di ba? Naghahanda sila sa isang party, pero may dumating na bisita. Okay, that is what we call the past progressive. And the formula for writing the past progressive is the past tense of the be verbs for singular was, for plural were, plus the verb, plus the ing form of the verb. Example, for singular, let us use the verb study. Singular, was studying. Plural, were studying. Let's use this in a sentence. I was studying my lesson yesterday. And for the plural, we were studying our lesson yesterday when Mom saw us. Clear, class? Thank you. And last but not the least, we have the future progressive, which means expresses an action that will be in progress at a specific time in the future. So this is very easy. Mangyayari siya in the future. Look at the examples. Trina will be graduating from elementary this year. And another one, the grade 5 pupils will be attending a mass tomorrow. Okay, remember class that there is also a time expression indicating that the event will be in progress at a specific time in the future. So again, time expression or future time expression is very important. Ano ba yung mga future time expressions? We have next year, next month, tomorrow. Diba? Those are what we call the future time expressions. And the formula for writing the future progressive tense is use will or shall plus be. So meron siyang will or shall, either of the two, plus be plus the ing form of the verb. Tingnan niyo example natin ulit kanina. Trina will be graduating from elementary this year. So, napakadali lang, di ba? Again, the formula is write will or shall, either of the two, plus be plus the ing form of the verb. I will give you this another example. Ulitin natin yung kanina. The grade 5 pupils will be attending a mass tomorrow. Okay, malinaw ba lahat ng ating explanation about the progressive tense? Alright, so we have discussed about the present progressive, the past progressive, and the future progressive. And I hope that this discussion will help you now in answering your activity in the answer sheets. So sabi doon, di ba? We write these sentences into the indicated progressive forms. I have already given you the first example. Tingnan niyo yung given. She waits patiently. So we will write that into a present progressive. And the answer is, she is waiting patiently. So I know that you can answer items number 2 until number 5. And if there are things that are still unclear to you, you can always go back and listen to this discussion while reading this lesson in your modules. Okay? So, ano yan? 1-2 punch. While you are listening to this voice clip, you are also following it or reading it in your modules. Okay? So, with that, I thank you so much for taking time again listening to this voice clip, and I hope that I help you a lot. Alright, so once again, this is your teacher, Sir Dex, for a voice clip to teach English 5. Bye-bye and God bless you all.